Hello, my name is Stephen Worsbinsky, and this is my reflection journal for ED 8614. The topic is LCFF and LCAP. So my current position, I'm a teacher, but then also the vice principal. I'm in charge of the administrator on site for after school. So when looking at LCFF and LCAP, dealt a lot with it. I work very closely with the budget, with the principal as well. We were just at CCSA earlier in this week, where there was a bunch of different classes in regards to LCFF and LCAP. You know, when we look at LCAP, that's your local control accountability report, and LCFF is your local control funding. And one of the things I found fascinating was there's a law we're trying to pass right now. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but where actually some kids are not being counted correctly or receiving the right amount of money for the funds that they need in order to be successful in the classroom. So, I think just like that, we're all working in developing on these. I think the idea of how local control funding and accountability is being used into the workplace is a newer concept. We're finding holes and continually working. So many people think that it's just done and then you're done. It's living, breathing. You're going to be updating it, working on it nonstop every day. I think one of the biggest issues that needs to be addressed when you're dealing with this is having your parents, your students, your staff, and all stakeholders involved in the decision-making process. Especially when you're developing your LCAP, when you're doing that and you're bringing in all those different perspectives, you're better off putting in better goals for your site, and that are more conducive necessarily to your exact site. That was the big shift when we went to LCFF and LCAP, was that the sites and the districts had a little bit more leniency on being able to decide what that site needed, and I think that is important. If you look at Victorville versus San Bernardino versus Malibu, every school's going to need something different, and shifting to this still gives us what we still have to figure out and use these funds for certain items, but it kind of gave us more control to use it on what we need to help our students, our site, become successful. But I think, having your PTO or any parent organization involved, bringing in your extracurricular activities, either coaches or parents, all the way to having EL students represented, to having different minorities represented when you have those parent meetings, and bringing it in really, and then having your community come in, really help you develop a much stronger LCAP and an LCFF. And obviously you need to bring in your staff. When you bring the staff in as well, those are the ones that are going to have to push out the plan. For the most part, they're the ones going to be in the classrooms, making sure that these things get followed through on. You as the administrator need to make sure that they have what they need and that the site is running correctly. So it's important to have all of them involved. Stakeholders are having the community. I always like going back to that, because you can bring them in to add that different dynamic, and see if they'll be willing to offer grants or offer assistance or offer different programs on campus. And I think that is crucially important. So thank you very much. This is my journal. Thank you.